Darkness Whispers, and Eerie Echoes answers. True horror stories, paranormal encounters, and mysterious disappearances, all in one place. If you sleep with the lights on, this channel was made for you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because here at Eerie Echoes, real fear doesn't let you sleep. Some reflections don't just show you, they replace you. Witness the scream that begins in silence. After this story, you'll never look at a lake the same way again. My name is Ethan Weller. I'm 33 years old. I'm a child psychologist. I help people's children heal. But the child within me, I still can't silence him. Caleb. Nothing was ever the same after that day. They said it was an accident, but the drowning of a child is not the same as the sinking of an adult. That water took Caleb and left me there, along with my reflection. This morning, I closed the files at the clinic. I packed my office in silence. I didn't tell anyone where I was going. I stuffed an old notebook into the pocket of my jacket. Inside, I had drawn the location of the last campsite I visited with Caleb. I packed only the essentials into the car: a tent, a thermos, a pen, notebook, flashlight, and the little card Caleb drew for me on my birthday. I placed it inside my wallet. It's the only link left between me and where I'm headed. Everything grew quiet after leaving the city. The radio stopped. My phone lost signal. The roadside signs were covered in moss. I left my car at the beginning of the old forest path. I had to walk the rest. With every step on the damp soil, I felt the footsteps of the past. It was as if the forest remembered me. Just before sunset, I reached the old campsite. Most of the wooden pier was rotten. The stone seats we used to sit on as kids were now covered in moss. The air was heavy. The silence rang louder than any noise. My hands trembled while setting up the tent. I opened the thermos, but didn't drink. There was a strange unease in me, as if this place still belonged to us. But now, I was here alone. I walked toward the lake. The mist crawled slowly across the water. I bent down, wanted to see my reflection in the water, but there was none. My face was missing, only emptiness, as if the lake was describing someone who wasn't here. Or maybe I wasn't here anymore. My chest tightened. I took a deep breath, but it wasn't enough. I pulled my notebook from my bag, placed it on my knees, and wrote, "It's starting again. Maybe this time I'll meet a face, but maybe I'll never return again." The night fell quickly. The lake had turned into a black mirror. I zipped up the tent and went inside. No sounds outside, no frogs, no crickets. The forest was holding its breath. I placed the flashlight beside me, took a few sips from the thermos, but it stuck in my throat. I closed my eyes. I knew I wouldn't sleep. My mind drifted to Caleb, laughing, throwing stones. Look, I made waves. Then silence. Only ripples remained. We never found his body. Suddenly, a snap. A sound outside. Something crawling through the brush. My heart raced. I turned off the light, wanted my eyes to adjust. Then, Ethan. A whisper, but not outside. Inside me. "Brothers at thee," that voice. I knew it. Caleb's, but it couldn't be. My hand shook as I grabbed the notebook. "If I hear it again, I'll step out into the dark." The whisper circled the tent. No footsteps, just rustling. A small shadow appeared, still staring. I reached for the light, turned it on. The shadow vanished. I stepped outside. No one, only mist. The lake was still black. Dawn hadn't come, but the night had ended. I sat in the dewy silence, wrote in my notebook, "I am not alone. But if it's Caleb, why doesn't he have a face?" I opened my eyes before dawn. I hadn't slept. Maybe I had dozed off, but my mind never stopped. I unzipped the tent. The mist was thicker than before. The lake, gone, as if it never existed, and my reflection, still missing. Something lay in front of the tent, a mark, a circle etched into the ground, fresh, still damp, as if someone had come while I slept and drew it to wake me up. My fingers followed the line. Then I saw it, a small footprint in the mud, a child's. I grabbed my notebook, placed it on my knees, and wrote, "Is Caleb here? Or am I the one who's not supposed to be?" The voice came again. "Brother?" Closer now. I turned toward the lake, and I saw him. He had his back to me. Same age as Caleb, same size, wearing a dusty, faded shirt, on his knees, hands reaching into the water. I stepped forward, quietly, and then he turned, and I froze. He had no face, no eyes, no nose, no mouth, not even darkness, just absence. I couldn't scream. I stepped back, tripped on a stone. He didn't move, just stared, faceless, and yet I knew he was watching. Then he walked into the mist and disappeared. I collapsed. My notebook was wet, a page torn, but one line remained. Maybe I belong here. Time no longer felt real. I didn't know if the sun was rising or setting. I had read the same line in my notebook for hours. Maybe I belong here. But now, I wasn't sure where here even was. The tent felt suffocating. I stepped outside. The sky wasn't orange. It was violet, as if even time had forgotten its colors. I walked toward the thicket. I thought I saw him again, the faceless boy. This time, by a tree. But when I got closer, he was gone. On the ground, a piece of cloth, torn, dirty, familiar. A fragment of Caleb's old shirt. I touched it, still damp, fresh. I ran back to the lake. The mist was alive now, like it was breathing. And in that breath, I saw myself. Not my reflection. A real figure. Same height, same shape. But it wasn't me, standing barefoot across the water, watching, no face, but holding a notebook. My notebook, flipping through pages, summoning wind, and then Caleb's scream from under the water. Children crying, whispers, a woman's voice. "Don't look at his face. If you do, you'll take his place." I ran. Trees bent toward me. The lake pulsed like a heartbeat. I tripped, dropped my flashlight, found a note in my handwriting. I didn't look at his face, but he looked into me. I touched my forehead. A mud circle, like the mark in front of the tent. I wrote, trembling, "He's not faceless. He's me." Time had stopped. The moon was gone. The sky, empty. The campsite, unrecognizable. My tent, gone. My things, gone. As if I had never been here. But I was still here, staring at the lake. In the middle of the water, a boat, covered in moss. It wasn't there before, and now it was. I stepped inside. No oars, yet it moved on its own. The mist soaked into my skin, then a circle formed in the middle of the lake. The faceless child was there, closer now, but he wasn't alone. Someone stood next to him, me, eyes intact. But it wasn't me. Slowly, they approached the boat. The child held out a notebook. My notebook, stained with blood. I reached for it. One sentence on the last page. I saw your face. Now you are me. The lake started closing in. From beneath, a hand reached up. Small. Caleb's hand. But he didn't grab me. He took my reflection and pulled it under. I woke up on the shore. Morning. The tent. Back. My things, too. But the notebook. Same as in the boat. Last page torn. One sentence left. Did I escape, or did I take his place? I'm Ethan Weller. If you're hearing this, don't go near the lake, because some reflections don't just show you. Sometimes they want to replace you.